Live from our Pacific Boulevard studios in Huntington Park, California, it's Recap with your host, Jill-Michele Melian.
Hello. Man. Someone got these guys at Home Depot. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to our very first episode of Recap. I'm Jill-Michele Melian. I know you have a million questions about what's going on right now, like what's Recap about? Or what am I about? Or why does my husband take his laptop to the bathroom with him all the time? Yeah, well, I can answer one of those questions. He's watching porn.
Me too.
Men. Look, Recap, it's basically a news show with a point of view. What point of view is that? Mine. Ha! So to give you a little feel, so to speak, of what Recap is about, let's just jump right into our first segment, Giving Head. Lines. Headlines. Yes. Thank you. Yes, headlines. Brazilian police are on high alert after a series of threats made to their president by someone through Twitter. They are currently investigating 140 characters or less. Mexico's labor minister announced that this year Mexico added 730,000 jobs, finally signaling the end of Mexico's 300-year recession. Ridiculous. Unfortunately, most of the new jobs involve dealing drugs and kidnapping. The California Supreme Court ruled that it is legal for police to search and arrest a person's cell phone without a warrant, prompting many insecure police officers to arrest their wives. Shut it. Latina starlet Selena Gomez received death threats after making out with Justin Bieber on a yacht. Close friends worry how this could affect the budding teen diva's career, as well as how it could affect Selena Gomez. Yes. It's a low blow, I know. On January 1st, the Arizona law banning ethnic studies statewide went into effect, officially making Arizona's entire history illegal. That's right. That's right. The FAA just announced a new law prohibiting airline stewardesses from having hips wider than the aisles. Upon hearing the news, Air Corozal fired their entire staff. I know, don't tell me. Listen. I can't fit in the aisles either, okay? Whatever. University of Texas students calling themselves the Dreamers ended a 43-day hunger strike they staged to show their support for the DREAM Act, which gives undocumented students a path to citizenship by enrolling in college or joining the military. Unfortunately, the hunger strike didn't work, and lawmakers failed to pass the DREAM Act, crushing the entire Dreamers' dreams. Oh. I know. It's awful. I know. Here, for an eyewitness account, is someone who participated in the hunger strike, Dora the Explorer.
Yeah!
Hey, Dora. What are your feelings about this ordeal?
I'm hungry. Tengo mucha hambre. Coño.
Oh, I can imagine, though, because 43 days without eating, I mean, that would make anyone, hungry. It must have been so hard.
Claro que difícil. Estuve días sin comer un carajo. Coño. Estoy que me como hasta un puro.
When she gets upset, she only speaks Spanish. I'm sorry.
Un burro con mucho pique, con mucho arroz y con habichuelas por el lado y después me comería un buen plato de lechón asado a la verita, bien rico con tamales y con arepas y con pozole.
I think that's Spanish.
Cierra el pinche hocico, hija de la chingada.
What? Wait, what?
Te voy a partir tu madre.
No, you know what? I can't, no. Dora, you're going to have to stop. You cannot do this. No,
Te
Dora.
dije, cierra el pinche hocico.
I said no. Dora, stop it.
Cierra.
You stop right now.
Cállate la boca.
You're going to go to timeout.
Cállate la boca.
Do you hear me?
Cállate la
I'm
boca.
going to take you to timeout.
Cállate.
I will hit you. I will.
Cállate la boca.
Dora the Explorer. Dora the Explorer, ladies and gentlemen. Cállate. Hey, I think the real problem is that no one took the time to explain the DREAM Act. Yeah, to give us some background on the DREAM Act, we turn to our resident expert in dreams, Professor Al Bondigas. Al! Yes!
Al. Yeah, I'll have you know that I saw the DREAM Act. Bette Midler at Radio City Music Hall 1986. That was a DREAM Act.
No, Al, I wasn't referring to that particular DREAM Act. I'm speaking of the DREAM Act that keeps being proposed and defeated and proposed and defeated.
Like the opening of Spider-Man. We're on. No, I hurt myself.
No. Professor, we're talking politics here. Yeah, we're talking politics. The DREAM Act, a chance for undocumented students to continue their higher education. That's the DREAM Act.
Yeah, well, why not?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, seeing as you're an expert in dreams, I just thought you would have an opinion on the matter. That's why I called you.
Yeah, of course. I'm an expert. Well, we all have a dream, right? Like in the Bible, Joseph with the Technicolor Dream Code, like his dreams helped him become Pharaoh, and Bill Cosby dreamed of a white Christmas, and Larry Hagman dreamed a genie, and there's a rapper called The Dream. Is that because people fall asleep during his concert? I don't get it. His name is The Dream. Is that good? And Martin Luther King had a dream that one day a man would not be judged by the color of his skin, but by the content of his character. Oh, have you ever done that? Character where you take the first name of your pet and the street you grew up on, and that's your porno character?
What?
Mine is Dick Monster. I'm so bad.
No, I'm not talking about that. No, do you know anything about the DREAM Act? Do you know anything?
Well, what's there to know, really? I mean, it's a no-brainer, don't you think? We've already educated these kids. Why not grant them legal status so they can contribute back to society, huh?
Yes. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Yes.
It's like when a girl fixes her loser boyfriend's problems and then breaks up with him. I mean, you've done all the work, girlfriend. Take advantage. Snap up, snap down, all around.
Okay, that's right, too. Okay,
And it isn't their fault they're undocumented. Most of them arrived as babies. Society's told them, learn English, and they did, and they became the best and the brightest, and people are just jealous.
Yeah, it's
true. So what we should do is to continue to present this bill over and over again until it is ratified and these deserving young should-be Americans can make their American dreams a reality.
Yeah!
That's right.
Exactly. So do you think that will happen?
With a Republican House? In your dreams.
Thank you, Professor Al Bondigas, everybody. Al Bondigas, thank you so much. Our resident dreamologist. Thank you. Look, it's not only about the DREAM Act. Immigration reform is something that has been affecting this country for many years. To talk to us about the progress that has been made regarding some sort of comprehensive immigration reform in Washington, we have Professor Black.
Siéntese. What up, Flaco?
It's siéntate, but it's okay. And thank you for coming, Professor Black. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Jill. Gracias.
How do we resolve these immigration issues?
Well, Jill, first let me start off by saying that these borders are very, very racist.
Wow. So are you saying that we should get rid of all the borders?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Jill.
Okay, but if we get rid of all the borders, then how could we define different countries?
No. I'm talking about borders, the bookstores. Those motherfuckers are racist.
I didn't.
Hell yeah.
What? I mean,
think about it. Have you ever seen any brothers or Latinos working at any of their stores?
I don't know. I haven't paid attention, I guess.
Exactly. You know why? Because they have books in there. Muchos libros. I mean, come on. You get those blacks and Latinos in there, start reading their books and drinking their coffee, man, they'll be marching and protesting for 3 days straight.
Oh, okay.
They won't even think about durmiendo.
Okay.
Plus, they know that we'll use our employee discount to hook up the entire family.
Okay. You know what? Let's get back to the real issue here. How do we resolve these immigration issues?
Well, I don't really care about the immigration issue.
Okay.
Stay black.
Why not, though? Because blacks are immigrants, too.
Well, Jill, I mean, our situation was a little bit different. We were kind of forced into being immigrants, It was kind of like, hey, boy, you're an immigrant. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. I mean, plus, we've been dealing with slavery on our own. We had to deal with it by ourselves, so you Mexicans can deal with immigration.
Okay, but we're not all Mexican.
Hey, we're not all black, Jill.
Is there any way that we can work together?
We already do. I mean, you go to any DMV, and you will find blacks and Latinos working together to provide the worst customer service ever. You know, when you think about it, I guess we are all the same. Nosotros somos iguales. Just ask the LAPD.
This is not what I really wanted to talk about, though. But thank you for your honesty, Professor. Yes, thank you.
De nada, Jill. De nada. And just let you know, you can check me out at www.pappypelon.com.
Stay black, brother.
I don't think he'll change any other color. You guys, Professor Black, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Black.
Gracias.
This Black segment has been brought to you by Magnum. It's the only brand I use. With the DREAM Act dead in the water, let's explore what, if any, part of the DREAM Act stands a chance of passing in the new Republican-controlled House. Here to help us discover the naked truth behind the future of this DREAM Act is Andres, with Undressing the Issues.
Thanks, Jill. As you know, most laws undergo many changes before they're brought to a vote. The DREAM Act, as it is now, was part of what was then known as the DREAM On Act. It was the first sarcastic piece of legislation ever drafted. This law included everything from immigrants' rights to universal health care to free pizza. When Orrin Hatch eventually introduced the bill to the Senate, everything but the immigration stuff was stripped off the bill.
Okay. Well, now that it's struck down, can the DREAM Act be changed and reintroduced?
As you know, Republicans are adamant on undoing everything the Obama administration has accomplished so far, except, of course, the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Yeah. That was a clear defeat on the Christian right, that they're just going to have to accept that.
Oh, are you kidding? Sending thousands of gay people to die in the Middle East over BS wars? That's a huge victory for the right.
Yeah.
Touche. Are there any proposed laws that they're willing to address, like different issues that the DREAM Act could address?
Well, currently, Senator Jeff Sessions is trying to get support for his Give Up on Your Dreams Act by robocalling his constituents and warning them that liberals may pass the hypothetical I Have a Dream Act. This would force interracial hand-holding in schools. They're trying to beat the liberals to the punch.
That's kind of like a Benetton ad. Remember that? Where does John McCain stand for now that the DREAM Act is defeated? Because, at first he was against it, and then he was for it. I mean, is he likely to support any of these new laws?
Actually, he has one of the more realistic bills that is getting a lot of support in Congress. He's willing to grant undocumented high school graduates full citizenship so long as they go back to Mexico and return to the United States by crossing the desert and swimming the Rio Grande.
Right, okay.
His piece of legislation is called the Wet Dream Act.
Right. So Cubans will also have to go to Cuba and then swim to Miami. I get it, the DREAM Act because of the swimming, right? Is it what DREAM
No,
Act is?
this is strictly for Mexicans because seeing thousands of immigrant students dying along the Mexican border was literally one of John McCain's wet dreams.
Thank you for all your insight, Andres. We will see you on the next Undressing the Issues. Live from Washington is Jocelyn Cruz.
Hey there, I'm here in beautiful Washington.
That doesn't look like Washington.
Oh, I Google mapped it. It's Washington.
No, wait, I noticed that bodega. That's Washington Heights.
Oh, well, can I still do my report?
I guess so. I don't.
Well, they got really great mofongo out here. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, wonderful. And now to address the state of illegal affairs in Mexico is Carla Soto.
estoy aquí en México and I'm just telling you about the polar bear y los mexicanos and singing, and los Dodgers y las
What?
en las Tocosum.
Can you speak English? It's an English-speaking show. Carla, I'm sorry.
English.
Carla. English, because this is an English-speaking show. Yeah.
Jill, don't understand?
No, I really appreciate you reporting and everything. Could you do mind if we use subtitles because it's kind of hard to understand?
No subtitles. No, I speak English. I speak English. Well, en la cosa.
Okay, yeah, Carla Soto, everybody. Thank you. With the ideological tides constantly changing in Congress, it'll take years before all the issues revolving around immigration are ever dealt with. Thanks to modern technology and Santeria, we are able to see just how it will all pan out. Joining us live via time satellite is Hot Guy 69, our correspondent from the future.
Thanks, Jill. Greetings from the future.
Well, thanks for being here. Tell us, what is the state of immigration in your time? Have we come far?
Yes, of course. Some would even argue that immigrants are better, more educated, and advanced at giving praise to our enslaving Galaxian overlords from PSR 1257 plus 12.
How did immigration reform finally come about?
Well, America, as people of your time state know it, changed a great deal in 2019 when Kanye West elected himself president and remixed the Constitution. This was the first step towards mutually beneficial immigration reform.
So it took completely reworking the Constitution to bring about reform?
Yes, but of course, at that point it had been amended so many times it was virtually useless. The birthers and Tea Partiers did manage to change it to prevent immigrant couples from having so-called anchor babies. In order to constitutionally be considered American, you had to be born in America, have 2 American, non-hippie, non-Jewish, non-Islamic parents, or be able to recite the prologue to Garth Brooks' autobiography. When the American public caught wind that the citizenship-less children of immigrant parents born in America were deported to international waters, they called for constitutional reform, and thus, the 67th Amendment, featuring Pusha T and Jay Sean, was included in the Constitution, making America once again the most powerful, wealthiest, and big-breasted nation.
Was there any more minority presidents?
Once the technology was developed so people could literally vote with their conscience, there were no more white presidents.
Oh, yeah, voting with the conscience. That's a beautiful thing. Wow.
Well, actually, it was the leading cause of birth defects, infant death, and puppy cancer. But society flourished nonetheless for 3 more years.
And then what happened?
First came the drought, then the famine, then the hyper-holocaust, then the Robolution, then the acid rain, Prince's worst album, then the great abortion, and finally, the enslavement by our cruel yet just overlords from PSR 1257 plus 12. I'm sorry, but I must let you go. You can save the future.
What?
Listen to me.
Ow.
This is important. Protect the one they call Bieber.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. Okay, thanks. And now some weather.
It's hot.
Whoa, wait, what's that sound? What is that? What is that? It sounds like a spaceship. Like, what? You know what? It's our friend Mexican from another planet. An illegal alien. Oh, the irony. Hey, how are ya?
Hola. Hi. ¿Cómo están?
Hey,
How you doing?
do you have anything like to help us solve this Dream Act? Like,
Yes, I have found the solution for the Dream Act problem.
how? What do we need to do? Tell us.
I have a dream catcher.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, Mexican illegal alien. What do they drink on your planet?
We drink Tecate.
I hear the spaceship leaving. Oh, you better go. Bye. I think a good way to explain the DREAM Act is to break it down into simple language that even a first grader can understand. In our segment, Are You Stupider Than a First Grader? Okay, kids, if you got to this country, which is the place where you live, before you were 16 birthdays, then if you don't want to get into trouble and you just want to go around a big people's school called college, then the DREAM Act will let you stay here, where you have lived all your life with your family and friends. Yeah, that's simple. Yeah, that's simple. Another way to stay here is that you can become a soldier, like G.I. Joe or Barbie. Yeah, because Barbies can be soldiers too, you know. Yeah, they can. Yeah. Not Ken, though. No, because Ken likes men. Yeah. And we don't like that. Men like men. No, we don't like that. No, they can't be soldiers. Unless you don't tell nobody, because, they say, don't ask, don't tell. If you can, then the DREAM Act can help you stay here, where you live with the people that you love. Yeah. But did you know that they could still take your parents away if your parents were born in another country? Oh yes. Can you say deportation? Yeah. And even though they pay the government money called taxes and they're law-abiding, hard-working people, there are a lot of Republicans that don't want your family here. No, they don't. No, I know. It's sad. It's sad. Wipe those tears. Yeah. But now next week, we are going to talk about the Tea Party and the real definition of teabagging and salad tossing. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Class dismissed, everyone. Come to the playground. Yes. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, here to talk to us about the state of Latinos in entertainment is a man with over 20 years representing talent like Sandra Bullock, Jennifer Aniston, Paul Rodriguez, Johnny Cash. And he's currently here, and he's the president of Warner Artist Management. Please welcome Doug Warner, everybody.
Thank you, Jill. Glad to be here.
Thank you for coming here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I have some questions for you, especially where do you see the Latino TV market in 10 years? Will Latinos still have to be doing an accent on primetime?
I hope to see the Latino market become a universal market and bring the oneness into the television viewing experience. Today, you have the separation. You almost have a fence.
Yeah.
There is a real fence, but you almost have a fence in the broadcasting world. And hopefully in 10 years, you're going to be looking at actors and you're going to be enjoying them for their talent.
Yeah, so you don't think that we're going to have to put on the hoop earrings anymore and things like that, to, hey, how are you doing, in order for them to go, oh, yeah.
Hopefully not, unless the role really calls for it and because it's really part of the script and part of the role and the organic substance of the character.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be really nice.
It would.
I understand, though, that you used to represent Speedy Gonzalez. He was one of my favorites. Yeah, was it?
I did.
Was it? Wait, okay, but what happened to him? We all want to know what happened to him. Is he in rehab or what happened?
Well, with all clients, I keep their lives very personally confidential. So I wish Speedy the best. And when I see him, it's a very quick hello because, Speedy Gonzalez is just so quick all the time.
Oh, he is. He's still wearing that hat, at least? You can tell us that?
He is still
wearing that. He's still wearing that.
Yeah. And you can Twitter him.
Oh, he can? Oh, yeah. He's on Twitter, guys. He's on Twitter. But he's fast. I really want to know, because I grew up watching I Love Lucy and everything, and did Ricky Ricardo enable Hispanics to become more interested in Anglo TV or in clueless Anglo women?
Very interesting question. Actually, I think, Desi Arnaz, who portrayed Ricky Ricardo, really was a breakthrough artist at the time because he was actually Cuban, and he was the first Cuban actor to be on a sitcom, and he invented and created a lot of what we use today in television. But on a humorous side, you know, Ricky Ricardo, he was every lady's dream guy, and all guys wanted to kind of look like him, and he was very suave, and he just kind of introduced a whole look. And there's never really been anyone that's kind of come close to him.
No, and but do you believe that? Like maybe he created that whole stereotype of like Latino men going out with like stupid white girls?
I don't know. Perhaps.
Kind of like black men going out with Asian girls? I'm just saying. You know what? I'd really like to know, like, what's some quick tips for success in the biz? You know, because I've been thinking about like changing my last name to like Melian-Stein, because because there's a lot of Jews in the entertainment business, you know, and would that be a good move? Maybe, do you think?
Well, you know, perhaps you just want to become a Jutino. In this way, you get the best of all worlds.
Oh, really? How do you become a Jutino?
Just by hanging out and going to delis, like with Q.
Go to the Cantors and I become a Jutino. I will be doing that, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Why is it, though, that executives think that white people are more talented?
I think you know, it sounds like a very silly question, but oftentimes when you're in meetings with executives, they have such a limited scope, and convincing them to see actors come in and really kind of do what they can do because they're actors almost kind of gives some validity to the question, as ridiculous as it is. But hopefully executives will really start to understand, on a serious note, executives will really start to understand the amount of talent that's out there in the Latino community, and really start thinking that Latinos are actors that can play a variety of roles and not just specific
So you're admitting, though, that they do think that white people are more talented?
Well, you know, I have to go in and represent my clients to a very small community, so I'm just going to kind of...
Yeah, okay, we got it. We know it. Yes, they do. But hopefully soon they will change their minds.
They are changing their minds on a daily basis.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, because I change my mind minute by minute, too. So, no.
Woman.
Yes.
Do that.
Yes, we all do it. Who do you think would be the first Latino president?
Wow, great question. Certainly somebody that's going to have the ability to bridge all sectors of society, and it's going to be very challenging. You know, I was a big proponent of Governor Richardson when he was making his voice known for the office, and a vice president, and I think probably it's going to take someone to become vice president first. It all depends really on how I think President Obama does, and how people start relaxing about all the issues that have to do with race and color, and just start getting behind the right candidate.
Well, I also heard that George Lopez is thinking about running for governor of California. Do you think that's a wise move, or what do you think of that?
If George can do it, why not?
Well, there you go. That was simple. Right? Yeah, why not?
Why not?
This is a really serious question, and this meant a lot to me.
I'm sure it is.
When I was writing it, who do I have to sleep with in order to get in an A-list blockbuster film?
See?
No, I've already slept with all you guys, and yet I'm not there yet.
And look where you are.
I know.
You're interviewing me.
I need to be an A-list blockbuster film. That's what I'm saying. Who do I need to do that? You know, I'm just saying. We'll talk later. Final question for you. Just one final question, unless we have some from the audience. Why are you here?
You know, I was one day, I was driving to go to Cantor's breakfast with Q Reyes, and he said, why don't you come and become part of my show? And that's why I'm here.
Wow! Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Doug Warner. You are
Thank you very
I'm
much.
very honored.
Pleasure.
Very honored.
Thank you.
Doug Warner!
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that is our show tonight for Recap. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jill-Michele Melian. And America, please smile, because it causes less wrinkles than frowning. Good night, everybody. Good night.